It's context. You gotta read the context.
Everything is context, baby. Context. Contacts.
Yeah, I see. English is the same.
Oh, true. I feel like now, as an adult, especially living abroad, like coming home would probably feel a little like a chore, like just a little bit, right? I mean, yeah. I'm being nice. But obviously we do it out of love, right?
Yes. No, for sure.
For sure. No.
How about you?
Oh my God.
How's work?
Work is
After
fine.
Thanksgiving.
Oh my God. Just so tired coming back. It's just like this heaviness on me. Like, after just relaxing for a whole week, even editing our YouTube
you were
video
gone for how long?
I think a whole week.
Thank you,
a whole
by the way.
week. No, it was fine. Like, it was like a whole week. So last episode, guys, Yasmin actually edited a whole video. Like, I was so excited to see it. But then, like, the whole, like, freaking rendering shit. Like, everybody that edited videos before would know, especially with a PC, would know these things always happens. Oh my God, you like used like a whole hour, 2 hours to edit like a whole video, and then saving, it gets stuck for a whole day.
I know.
But yeah, I really miss just eating like nonstop. Obviously, like with family, it's just like
you got the turkey. Ate some turkey.
Oh my God, yes, I love the dark meat.
Do
Do you prefer white meat or dark meat?
No, not the white one.
Oh yeah,
because the white one is
so dry.
Yeah, dry. It's too dry.
People like eating it because it's lean protein. There's like no fat and just protein. But bro, like the one thing I noticed actually, like random fact, is that in America they always use like white meat for the chicken sandwiches, and in Asia I'm so used to like
dark meat. Do you know a hack like Chinese restaurants, like the really quick ones? You get like a kung pao chicken or whatever, or orange chicken. Like they usually serve you the dark meat, and so. And which is like that's a good part I like, right? But like if you want fresh meat, because the Asians they always use the dark meat, you can ask for, I want my chicken to be white meat, and so they will cook it fresh for you. But I mean, I personally, my colleague was talking about how he wants like freshly cooked meat, but because the Chinese restaurants they use the dark meat, so if you ask for white, then they'd have to cook it fresh.
Oh wow!
But yeah,
I prefer dark.
I like dark.
Yeah, I personally don't even care if it's like freshly done or something. I actually prefer it like marinated in it.
Outcasts fan of the week.
Sandra Cam on YouTube says both of your canto is awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Which 多謝晒. It's 多謝 guys, okay, for compliments. It's
Compliments.
多謝. I was wrong. We know we're fluent, but at the same time, we're so insecure that we're like, maybe we're not. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because like even being local, I guess because it's not exactly our mother tongue, so we do have accents and all that.
But for accents wise, we're pretty good. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's awesome. At least that.
Well, thank you for your support. Compliment.
Thank you. All right. So guys, there's a lot of reels about how hard Cantonese is. Like even J-Lo, that girl. I mean, she's been famous, but it's like, she's been doing so much reels about like, say blah 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 in Cantonese and say blah blah blah, and it's like all like
same word but different meaning,
similar sounds, and it's like, maybe some people might feel like discouraging after seeing that, about learning Cantonese.
That's true, and that seems to be the approach for a lot of the Cantonese influencers.
But I feel like also like a lot of times, like you don't use those words in the same sentence, like the same tone-ish, like
all about the context, it's context. You gotta read the context.
Everything is context, baby. Context. contacts.
Yeah, I see. English is the same.
Oh, true. That's how puns are made, guys. Okay, now we're gonna list 8 things. Positivity. 8 reasons why Cantonese is actually better than English. Okay, counting is simpler. Less words. There's times actually I count in my head in Cantonese because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11, 12, 13. So basically, you only kind of need to remember
the words 1 to 10, and then you just combine them in a different way, right? Like 20 is 210, 30 is 310. Instead of saying 20 like a new word, and then 30 like another new word.
Exactly. It's just some say some. Well, we gotta remember 40, 50, 60. I guess it's like 80. It's like add ty at the end. Fair enough. But
yeah.
But yeah, like just the numbers and stuff. Like I just thought, I remember thinking it was just so much more simpler, and it's just like one sound also, like per number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you know, like, and I just
even now I still count in Cantonese, and then they're like, "What language is that?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I speak Cantonese."
Yeah. Exactly. And especially if you're more fluent, like for some reason number 2 is just weird, right? Like it's like it's like a pair, fair enough. But then also yisap, we also say ya, sam, ya say. But yeah, and then after that it's just like sam, sup, say sup. Then you have to learn 100, yappa, okay. Then chin. It's still just one word, but while you gotta learn in English is 100, 1,000. You gotta spell that out.
Oh my god. Okay, that brings me to my point. The second point is that in Cantonese we don't need to spell. You know how sometimes some of the spellings in English are like so like it doesn't make sense. Like, oh, what's a good example?
Lingerie.
Like, it's
lingerie.
There you go.
Lingerie.
Colonel. Do you know how to spell colonel?
Oh my god, No, I don't. Kurmel. Colonel.
Colonel.
Oh my god.
So like, for example, knife too. Why is there a K in front of it?
Yeah.
Why is there a K?
I don't get the silent like words, honestly. It's just like, why is it there?
You don't need to spell and like one word. That's just how it sounds. It's not going to sound any different. Like if it's placed in a different sentence, right? So
exactly.
If you ever struggled with spelling,
then come to the Cantonese side. Because I jumping off that, like words in Chinese, you know, especially traditional, I don't want to say simplified. Simplified is something that I feel like you learn after you learn traditional, because you can actually see.
Right, we're from Macau and Hong Kong, right? So we don't learn that in school, yeah.
I learned simplified Chinese in school because our high school textbooks were from China. So
I remember that. The math.
Yeah. So it's like, but you can see the word getting simplified, you know, like, so if you know traditional, you would know simplified. It's like, it's very simple. Like, there's probably some words you need to like memorize, but still. But what my point for the traditional Chinese is that it's simpler to remember, especially like with a graphic memory, because it came from a drawing, right? Guomen or something like what is it called? Where they drew it on the, I think, turtle shell. Yeah, from the start.
Wow, turtle shell's so useful. You can eat it. You can write on it.
Go. For years though, and yeah, so I think like it was so easy, like just to remember words and how like there's the elements of the words in them. It's just it's easier to remember.
It's not just lines and squares and, you know, curves. It's very intentional how they make the words.
Even if you don't know the word, you know what elements of
If you look at like the side, yeah.
The 部首 and the
部首, yeah, 部首.
the main element
Like
of the word.
if you see like 3 dots in a word, then you'll know that's something related to water.
Yes, water, wetness, and also if there's like a hand, you know it's like a movement, like chow.
Yeah, action, yeah.
Action.
In terms of grammar, we don't have plural or singular or like, because like
True.
like cat and cats, we don't say mao mun. We just say the name. The name, right?
Yeah.
Just the name.
Yeah.
Like, and you put it in a sentence. And also, like, I guess, like, for Portuguese, there's like female words and male words. I guess Chinese, like Cantonese, don't have that too. So in terms of that, like grammatically, like I guess that's more simple.
So
where you
much
don't have
more
to,
simple.
Yeah.
Adding ing,
also, like,
you know, like or has been, blah blah blah. Like there's none of that.
Yeah. Like, you know how like you say there's this conjugation, like I am, you are, he is.
Yeah.
For Chinese, Cantonese, it's 他是你是他唔是
Yeah. Su Min Yu and how you like 他是 and then 佢係
Yeah. There's no need for conjugation. Like even Portuguese. What's like a good example?
Eu sou or tu és ela é você é, oh my god,
elas são, nós somos.
Nós somos, but then sometimes like it's also different, right? It's like, oh my god.
Cantonese, just none of that. It's
No.
just one word. Or like, you know.
Let me see. Let's do like a past tense. 我食咗飯. Oh, 食咗飯. Like it's just like, oh, 食咗. Like I already. 我食了飯.
How do you translate 我食了飯? So I eat already, right? So
Yeah.
if you add the word already,
Yeah.
then that's past tense.
Yeah, and you don't even need to like change the eat to ate. Like that's the thing. Like that, and you're right. And then like 我食緊飯. Like okay, I'm eating.
Yeah. And if you say they are eating, right? So
Yeah.
they are, you change. 佢哋食緊飯. So just the pronoun changes.
Yeah.
You don't need to change the verb.
Exactly. And then future, like 我會食飯. 佢一陣先食. Like, you know, it's just like so much more straightforward. If you ask people about grammar, like usually in America, like they're not good, like they don't care. Or it's like they only care certain words.
And I think that's a difference. Yeah, that's the difference between native English speakers and countries who learn English. Usually their grammar and writing skills are better, and even spelling are better than native English skills. Like I come here and a lot of like the grammar or spelling, like I would be the one who be like, well, hey, that's wrong.
Yeah.
But then they're native speakers, but they don't really care. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You can communicate without spelling, right?
Exactly. And but that's the thing. And they're like, oh, pro, they come over here and they say corridor and they're like, what? Corridor? You mean hallway? And it's like, okay, that's the mistake you want to look at. They're more like they care more about like which type of English you use, like UK and US. Not even about grammar or how you say your words.
Proud of their country type of thing, right?
Exactly. Like one thing, you see that I did mention about the elements of the words, and therefore learning science stuff is actually so much easy. Like, because I went to science, like the science side. For high school, you get to choose.
理科.
Yeah, you get to choose 理科 or 文科. Like, if there's humanities or science. And I chose science because the table, memorizing the table in Chinese versus English, which I never learned in English, which is like, so I never really like care for.
Did it in Chinese?
I did it in Chinese. And so it's like, I remember things like, oh, that's a gold, like that's a metal element because there's a gum and right beside it, you know.
Oh my god.
And then, oh, it's a water element because there's like the water, and then hay is like the gas. And I was like, dude, it's easy. And then all I have to remember is like the letters, you know, the O2, CO2, CO2, whatever. Like, but I
The
didn't.
number, yeah.
I didn't have to like memorize the long ass carbohydrate. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh my god.
You see,
It's called hydrogen.
Yi Yang Fa Tan is literally CO2, like Yi Yang, 2 oxygen, and Fa Tan. Fa means like mixed in with tan. So tan is coal. That's what carbo. So Yi Yang Fa Tan, like CO2. That's so easy to translate.
Okay. Yeah. So I like growing up at school, we learned a lot of idiom stories, stories, life lessons.
Yeah,
and that was
like forward, right?
自相矛盾, for example.
自相矛盾 is my favorite one because it's like there's this man selling a shield, selling a spear, saying it's the strongest.
I have the best,
strongest shield in the world, and then it's like, oh, the strongest spear in the world, and it's like, obviously one is a lie because if one breaks, is the other one that's the lie.
Yeah, there's a lot of these kind of stories and things that, and these stories these idioms, you would use it, right? Like on a daily basis, like I can't think of one like.
Just kidding.
That's a greeting.
That is a greeting. Get out and in peace. Peace. Out and in.
Out in peace. Peace.
But yeah, like you're right. These four words can like summarize a whole life lesson. I thought of one. 井底之蛙.
Yeah. What was the life lesson for that again?
It was like this frog that's in a well for the while, like, and keeps hearing like stories about the outside world to like whenever.
And he never went out.
Animal, yeah. It refers to a narrow-minded person who doesn't see the larger world around them. So it's like
just like narrow-minded. Yeah, narrow-minded.
Yeah, like someone that is like living in one place for so long and think that they know everything. Like literally from like me in Macau before I came to America. That's what I feel like. I was that 井底之蛙. But yeah. Okay, my next one is if you want to say you respectfully, in Chinese, you can just add a heart in the bottom. And I think that's so cute. It's like, oh, it's like, dear you. Yeah. You can't really like explain that in English, but it's like, dear you, like you. You with a heart. It's like just a little bit more respectful, I guess. Like, you know, with emails and stuff, like for English, you really gotta like work your way around the sentence and everything.
Dear sir, madam.
As per my last email, blah, blah, blah. It's like for writing in Chinese, you just put lei with a heart, and it's like, okay. It's almost like the Portuguese você, you know, like você instead of L, of you, I mean tu. Instead of tu is você.
Yeah. Actually, and even a next level respect, and actually Portuguese in Brazil is like when I how do you call it? When I address my grandma, I can't say você. Not can't, but like I can't say você. I say a senhora. A senhora.
Yeah. Like Miss or like Miss.
Yeah. That's like a next level respect. Okay, last one.
Warning. Foul language ahead.
I think swearing is a lot more fun in Cantonese.
So true.
There's so many, like, even like in Cantonese, you can be so like ho chun, and it's not. I wouldn't translate it to like rude. Is it rude chun? Like, how do you say? I guess it's
savage.
Savage.
Yeah, like
it's like rude, like in a smart way, or like
like
you know,
like every time when I hear someone like does like a diss, like, but it's like, wow, it's actually very thought out, like savage.
and I know, and like in Cantonese, just so you can be so creative with like how you use the swear word. So and like creative. I was just walking the other day, and you hear like people talking in the back, like I'm like, whoa, like in one sentence, like maybe they're trying to say something, but like 80% of the words is swear word, and how do you? There's so many ways of placing them and how you want to say it.
Yes. You little boy. Just kidding. Mother, like yo mama. So dirty.
Your mama, the mama swear words, like, it's no joke.
It's like intense. Like, you know, like they go with the vagina, they go with the stinky vagina. Like, it's just like a lot. And then like for like your mom always say low mo. I mean, usually you don't call a mom that though, like low mo. Like but it sounds so much more chin. Low mo, low mo. It's like your old mom.
Oh my god. And
What
there's
else?
just so many ways to like
Numbers.
This people too. Yeah.
There's so
What do
many
you mean
numbers like that can like also like swear words, like the number 9.
7.
Gao, like it's gao, which kind of sounds like gao, which is dog. Gao is dick though, like penis, like a bad word. This is bad words, okay?
7.
7, yes, is chat. Okay, like whole chat.
I don't even know what them.
It sounds bad, like chat, like. 6, 9, look gao.
Look, even you can say 6, 7, 9. Look, go.
Look chat gao.
You know, I think I don't know if it was a teacher or someone said it before to me, saying like people who swear a lot are actually like creative. Like they're able to kind of like
Make
combine words, yeah. And then they're actually like their creative level is like higher than ordinary people.
Mocha blood
Because I'm like,
gao phản à, like. See, I just brings up mocha blood gao phản. It's like so hard to say. There's also poke guy. Separately means like fall and then straight. But together, it's like something really bad. It's just like, oh, go fall in the street. But it's like, it means...
I curse you that you would fall on the street.
Like, Cantonese swear words is just another vibe. Outcast thought of the week. What's your outcast thought of the week?
Okay. An awkward moment, right?
Yeah. Where you thought something was right, but actually... What? Let me start. Yesterday, when I went on an Uber, the Uber driver was like, "You speak Spanish? Habla español?" I'm like, "No, Filipino. Soy Filipino." And then it's just like he tried to ask me some questions, and then after that, I'm just like, I didn't really understand him because he had a huge accent. And I just felt so bad that I didn't know Spanish. Because it's like, you know, I guess Spanish is the second language here in South Florida. You know what I mean? And I feel like I owe it to the community to actually learn some language. That was my outcast moment.
Well, okay. I can think of one. So I was like talking to some lady in the front desk or something. Here, right? Because I've been in America for 4 years, and so it's been a while that I haven't really used my Cantonese. So I was like, wait, do I use Cantonese or English? Like, if I use Cantonese, they'll expect me to speak fluently, but if I use English, they might not know how to explain everything to me. So, you know, like there's always this conflict. I'm like, oh wait, okay, English or Cantonese, English or Cantonese. So sometimes it changes, you know, and then like I would speak English, and then halfway I turn to Cantonese because maybe if they can't talk to me that way, so I'll speak Cantonese and be like, oh, he's like Gongdong Manga, and I'm like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and you feel bad after because it's like, oh, it's like I'm like hiding the fact that I know how to speak Chinese and making her work for the English, like, you know.
Yeah, no, it's just because. So it's like
so true. And at the beginning also you feel like maybe they want to use their English because sometimes they do want to use their English.
They want to they want to practice or sometimes show it off, you know?
You can tell. And so it's like you're kind of like you always just adjust to them. It's so true. That's such an outcast moment. Oh my god, I feel you, girl.
And I actually ended up talking to this lady in like Chinglish, like mix. We both had mixed English and Cantonese.
That's awesome. If you guys have an outcast moment this week, leave a comment below, and maybe we'll actually put it on our outcast fan of the week.
Anything that made you feel like you didn't belong? Yeah.
Third culture kid type of vibe. It's just like
TCK.
TC. How do you do K?
This one.
Oh, I got it. There.
Oh, okay, yours is better.
Yeah, it is. T C K people.